Hey everyone, long time no see. So sorry about not giving you like week by week updates and whatnot. We have had a lot go on, and so I'm just here to kind of give you my updates. I think last time I left off I had given you weeks up through week 21. So as far as symptoms go, a lot of things hasn't changed over the last, well, 9 weeks or 8 weeks, because I'm 29 weeks now. So just some symptoms, I guess. I've been dealing with really bad indigestion, and when I say indigestion, I mean like it's not that it like burns in my chest indigestion, it's actually like acid reflux. So like if I'm laying down or something, sometimes the acid will come back up. And I'm able to take Zantac for that, and it does work, but I try not to take it as much as possible. And up until, let's see, up until probably this week, the 29-week mark, I decided to not take the Zantac because it wasn't unbearable, so to speak, and I just don't want to take any medicine. But as of this week, it's gotten to the point where it's burning my throat, so I don't want to have like problems with my esophagus or anything, so I am taking Zantac on days that it's just flaring up and I need to take something. I'm still able to eat whatever I want, and the indigestion doesn't happen when I just eat certain foods. Otherwise I would just skip that food. But it doesn't matter if I'm eating fruits, vegetables, drinking water all day, whatever it is, I still get that acid reflux. And sometimes water just seems like it makes it worse too. So I have tried milk, and that's helped sometimes, but not all the time. So that's been good. Let's see what else. Just being tired every now and then. I've gotten some days where I've had like a lot of energy, and then I've got some days where I'm just like, I'm just so tired. My sleeping hasn't really been affected too much. I'm still able to, I tend to go to bed around 9 o'clock at night, and then I get up for, usually work around like 6:30 or so, and I do get up to use the bathroom frequently. I will say that now my belly is pretty big. It has been a little bit more difficult as far as switching positions in my bed, like rolling from one side to the next side. I do a lot of grunting, and my husband has been able to help me a few times. Like if I can't bend up and get the covers over me or something, he's helped me with that. So moving around is getting a little bit more difficult, definitely in this last trimester. But I'm still able to walk. I'm still able to get up and do things. I'm still working. So that's great. And I'm still told that I'm pretty small for someone who's carrying twins. It's just I'm all belly. So, let's see here. I don't want to ramble on too much. Typical things when you're getting a bigger belly is back aches. And I just started getting round ligament pains. I haven't had any type of pain like that before that I really recognized, but now that we're kind of in the home stretch, the babies are growing a little bit faster, and so my stomach is trying to grow faster, and I feel it a lot. But let's see. I'm just kind of looking at my notes here that I've got for each week. But yeah, everybody still says I'm pretty small, but I feel like I'm gonna balloon out here in the next couple months at least. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna balloon out. Again, it's beside of the achiness and stuff, and the typical pregnancy symptoms, I haven't had anything too bad. I can't really complain about my pregnancy. I mean, sure, the first 13 weeks I had the all-day sickness, which I thought at the time was just hell. But now that I look back at it, I'm just now starting to get like really bad back pain and stuff, and I'm just now starting to retain a little bit of fluid. Not a lot, just a little bit. I just feel it in my hands more or less. I woke up with little baby cankles, I guess you could call them. Nothing that the doctor said to worry about. So literally, I mean, these next 2 months, 2 to 3 months, I could, have all this stuff, but come up as far as symptoms and stuff, but I honestly can't complain about anything. What else? I have had some sinus issues throughout these last few weeks. We've had weather that's kind of, right now it's really sunny outside. It's probably near the 70s. And, but we've had snow, and where the temperatures would be, 60 degrees one day, and then the next day it's like in the 30s. So it's been very weird weather. So, everybody, not just me, has been dealing with the sinus issues. And of course, I'm sure being pregnant, it doesn't help things, but, I'm feeling a lot better now. And I'm just so glad spring's here, and daylight savings has come, because I just have a bit more energy now that we get a little bit more sunlight than we did before. Let's see. I was getting a couple dizzy spells. I've had a couple dizzy spells, which I've not had in the past few weeks, but my doctor just told me to basically, it kind of felt like I was going to faint. It would just, the room would just start moving, and I would get very clammy and sweaty, and then I would feel like I was going to throw up. And it would last for about 5 minutes, and then it would kind of just go away, but then it made you feel kind of crappy the rest of the evening or the rest of the afternoon whenever it happened. I did ask my doctor about that, and he just said, make sure you stay very hydrated. And then he gave me some other type of, he said I might have something where it's just kind of like, it's just something that happens during pregnancy, but it's not, the only thing that could help it would be to stay hydrated. So I have been trying to stay very, very hydrated. And also with being hydrated, I did go to one of the doctor's appointments. It was my, 23rd week doctor appointment, and the baby boy, he was, his amniotic fluid was kind of low. It was a 6, and I think, it wasn't anything to be alarmed about, but his sister had like 13, whatever that number is, and so his was 6, and so we were, like I said, it wasn't anything alarming, but we were a little concerned. We needed to watch it, so I had to go back a week later after I drank like crap loads of fluid that week, and then it went all the way back up to a 10, and then it's been up since. So it was just it was just basically just me dehydrated a little bit more than normal, and I needed to keep my fluid intake up. So that's the only kind of scare, I guess, if you want to call that even a scare, that we've had. My cervix length is still very long. They are moving all the time now. I can actually like feel them. The little girl, her feet can be up underneath my ribs sometimes. I'm sure that because they're so big and they're kind of, higher up, that's probably what's causing a lot of my acid reflux. The boy, with all the pictures and the sonograms or ultrasounds and doctor's appointments, he has always been head down, which is great because he's going to be the first one out. The girl has been head up for the most part. She did go head down one time, and then when we went and did the 3D ultrasound, which was just a couple weeks ago, the boy had flipped, or the girl had flipped back head up, and the boy was head down again. And I went to my last appointment last week, I believe it was, and I don't know how they flipped again, but now the boy is head up and the girl is head down. So we've got to really work on getting them both head down. I've been told that if the boy's head down, then I could give birth to him vaginally, and then if the girl is still head up, then the doctor can try to move her Of course, if he's not able to move her, then I have to go straight into a C-section. But, you know, if he can move her, then I could possibly, you know, give birth to her vaginally as well and just skip the whole C-section part. But of course, if he is head up when the time comes, then I just go straight to C-section because he's the first one that has to come out. So he will be kind of the decision maker as far as if I absolutely have to have a C-section or I can try vaginally. I think my last appointment they estimated their weight to be about 2 to 2.5 pounds, so that's really good for both of them. They're definitely growing. They're moving all the time, and it's not like just little like punches or kicks here and there. Like they are literally slow moving in there. Like it's weird. And you can actually, I haven't gotten a video yet, but I can watch my belly and see their little hands and stuff moving. So that's pretty cool. And then of course, with all the pictures, the little girl's like perfect. Like we can get her profile picture and everything. The little boy still has his hands in front of his face. And we determined the reason being is so the boy is basically, his face is basically in her butt area. So if she kicks and stuff like backwards, then she can kick his face. So I'm sure he's trying to protect himself. And then what's more hilarious is that we went to our sonogram or ultrasound last week, and you could actually see him. He was kind of like putting his hands in his face, and then he would take his other hand and push on her legs to get her to start kicking. And then when she started kicking, he kind of did this number, and they are already fighting in the womb. It's hilarious. Like my mouth dropped. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in trouble once they're in the real world. So very excited, but they are. And the little boy used to spread out really long, and he used to take up a lot of her space. Well, now she does that. So when we tried to check the amniotic fluid on the last appointment, she was all up in his face, like sprawled out, everything. So I don't know. They're definitely running out of room. I am praying to make it at least through the end of April, which is 34 weeks as far as working goes. And then I have a couple weeks vacation. I might take off at the beginning of May and just kind of rest and you know, finish up anything that needs to be done and kind of nest a little bit, and then just wait for them to come. So we're predicting they will be here, even though their due date is June 3rd. As you know, twins come a little earlier. So we are predicting that they would come probably mid-May, end of May. So, but, you know, we'll just have to wait and see and play that by ear, of course. What have we done? I will post some pictures of their their ultrasounds, and I'll post their 3D ultrasound or 4D ultrasound as well. And I'll also post some baby bump pictures for you because I know I've been slacking on that. Let's see. As far as what we've been doing, as far as like the nursery and whatnot, the nursery is coming together. It's not all the way there yet, and I just got another dresser from my brother who he was so kind to give us a dresser that he wasn't using, and so we are putting the nursery all together, and we have our baby shower at the end of this month, which is, it'll be the 29th of March. So once we have our baby shower and stuff, then we'll be able to actually get everything that we got from the baby shower in there, see what we need to get, maybe things that we actually needed but didn't get on the baby shower. But that, you know, we'll get all that stuff, put it together, and then at the end of it, I'll definitely give you a nursery tour. Right now it's kind of chaotic because I've got all these clothes and I have to figure out how to divvy them out as far as you know, boy and girl. And then of course I've got some clothes that are like gender neutral. So I'm like, dude, the girl can wear these, so I don't want to, you know, get too many clothes that they won't be able to fit in while they're still little. So I do have boy, girl, and then gender neutral. So I'm just trying to make it as organized as possible. My husband, he's never changed a diaper, and so I want to make it as easy as I can for him and myself, of course. I did get a doula. For those of you who don't know what a doula is, it's basically just kind of like a midwife, but she doesn't do as much as a midwife does. She's basically there for you. She'll come and go over birthing plans and things of that nature with you. And then at the hospital, she's there for you while you're in labor, and then she stays for like an hour or so after labor, after they're born, so that she can help you, you know, with nursing and any questions you have. And of course, during labor, you know, when you're in pain, sometimes you don't make the best decisions. And so we made a birthing plan, and she's going to help me stick to it the best that she can. As far as medications go and things of that nature, she will be able to there, and we will be able to discuss like, okay, well, you know, what will this medication do to me? Will it prolong, you know, laboring? Will it increase laboring? So it's just, you know, it's just someone there to kind of be your brain when you're not in your right mind, so to speak. My husband is going to be there as well, but of course he doesn't know everything about birthing. This is our first time, and the doula just knows so much more. And then also my sister-in-law was so helpful, and I appreciate her coming by. And she actually teaches like Lamaze classes, which Lamaze, people think that's just the breathing part of it, but that's not it. Like, she goes over like the birthing part too, like what's happening before, you know, you go into labor, what happens when you go into labor, what happens when you know, when you get the kids home, that type of thing. So we did have an all-day like session with her, and she kind of went over everything, taught my husband how to swaddle with blankets, how to change diapers, and just gave us some tips and tricks to do to, you know, calm a crying baby, basically. So yeah, that was very helpful. As far as the birthing plan, we do have some things on the birthing plan that some of our family members don't necessarily agree with, but we are, you know, this is our first set of twins and our first children, and so we just want to make sure we do everything that we want to do, and not have any regrets. So, you know, things like my mom's not going to be in the labor and delivery with me. Well, I take that back. She can be in there. My family can be in there during the labor part, but once the doctor says it's go time, the only two people that will be able to be in there is my doula and my husband. And then we are also, after the labor part, we are, after we give birth, we are going to have what's called family time, which is basically you get a couple hours with your children by yourself. So it'd be me, my husband, and the children. Just for bonding, you know, skin-to-skin bonding, that type of thing. And then after that, it's all hell's going to break loose, because we have so many friends and family that want to come see them at the hospital. And then that family time also gives me a chance to rest if I need it, so we don't have visitors coming in right away. So, you know, and I understand that my mom, my mother-in-law, and family and some friends, you know, they may not like the idea of the whole bonding part, I guess, not being able to see them right away, but we just want to do what's best for us. And so, you know, a couple hours isn't a deal breaker, I don't think, because they're going to see them for the rest of their lives anyway. Now, karma might get me later on, and when my twins are about ready to have children, they may tell me that they don't want me into the labor room, and they may tell me that they don't want me to be at the hospital for a couple hours, to which I understand, and I'm sure I will not like, but at the same point, I'm going to be there for them, and it's, you know, it is what it is. You just got to do what you think is best, and have no regrets. So we do have a birthing plan, so I am excited about that. What else? Oh, we bought our minivan. We ended up with a Honda Odyssey. We ended up getting a brand new one because they had a deal here. So, excuse me. So we did go ahead and do that. I love it. I didn't think I was going to love it. I was always one of those people that said I will never have a minivan. But especially now that I'm bigger, it's easier for me to get in and out of the minivan than it is my car. So my husband drives my car to work and I drive the minivan to work. My husband did go on his last guys trip. He just went out of town and, you know, had a fun time with his friends. And so that was kind of his last hoorah before the kids get here. And so, yeah, I haven't been out of town. I haven't done anything thus far. We do plan on going out of town Easter weekend, just a couple hours away to visit some friends before the twins get here, and then that'll kind of be our last vacation getaway together. And then when the twins come, we'll just be traveling with them. So, what else has been going on? I think that's about it. I know I'm talking a little bit fast, but I just don't want to drag it on for you because it's a lot to catch up with. And surprisingly, I'm surprised I'm able to talk that fast, and because I've been out of breath for so much. Things that have been going on as far as not really baby relating, I guess, but I do have my Westie who will be 15 years old in July. Now, we've only had him for a few years because we adopted him when a old friend of ours had passed away, and he was her dog. So we adopted him, and when she passed away, he was about 13, I think, when we got him. He had a lot of issues, and we got that fixed with medication and whatnot, but he has been having some issues seeing. He's basically blind right now. The vet thinks that it's reversible because it's some type of, his eyes don't produce the tears, and then when it gets really dry, it gets like this like gunky, like, I don't want to say infection because it's not really an infection, but it's just this gunky goop in his eyes that we have to clean out all the time, like all day, every day. So he's got ointment right now that we're using along with eye drops, and basically his pigment, I guess, just there's like this black pigment that starts on one side of his eye, and it'll cover your whole eye. So the ointment and the medication and everything is supposed to help restore that and take that pigment away from him so that he can actually see. So you know, we have been dealing with that. That's been a little troublesome with us, and then because I have to bend down to do this, and so that's getting a little difficult. And then I also had I had the Min Pin that I was keeping for a friend, and had him for about again, I'll try my best to do a nursery tour or update once that happens. And then if you want me to do, you know, what we got at the baby shower, you know, I'll be more than happy to do a video on that. Strictly not for just saying, hey, look, this is what we got at the baby shower, but if you want to see what we registered for, I guess, and you know, what we think will work for us and our twins, maybe it might help you too. I mean, we're not going to know until the twins get here, but I can tell you the reasons why we chose what we chose. Just let me know, and I'll definitely do that for you. I promise to try to keep you updated at least every 2 weeks, if not every week, since it is getting closer to the end. Last thing is I did my glucose blood sugar test 2 weeks ago. Failed it by 3 points. And so then I had to go do the 3-hour blood test, which sucked. Just the waiting around part. No chair is ever comfortable when you're pregnant and you have to wait around the hospital for 3 or 4 hours. I should have those results at my next appointment, which is Friday, this coming up Friday. And I'll let you know how that goes. But the nurses there, when they were testing me, they pretty much said that they think I passed, so I just have to wait for the doctor to get that information to me. So, but other than that, everything's been going great. Again, can't really complain, and just now it's just getting everything in order and getting prepared for the twins, and got to clean our spare bedroom out so that if the mother-in-law or the mom wants to stay in the night to help out or something, they have a place to stay. So we're really excited, and we do have names. The girl's name is Ryan Sophia, and the boy's name is Carter Alexander. We didn't really want rhymey names or very similar names. And I already had the Ryan Sophia picked out way before me and my husband ever met each other. Ironically, though, she will have the same initials as him. So if she wanted to take over the family business, it works out great. As far as the boy, I let my husband pick the boy's name out. I helped him, of course, but he had the final say-so. And we went with Carter Alexander, and Carter is spelled with a K instead of a C. So that is his name, and we are very excited. And yeah, I guess that's it. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Again, I'm going to try to keep up a little more frequently with you, and I will post a bunch of pictures of what I've talked about as far as the van and the baby pictures, and then my bump pictures at the end of this. And everyone else who is going through this journey, the IVF journey and stuff, keep your head up. It will happen, and when it does happen, things will fly by. So definitely try to enjoy it the best you can. And then anyone who is, got your BFP, congratulations. And then, of course, I know there's several people who are actually due around the same time I am, if not before, and maybe a little bit later. So I can't wait to see y'all's babies' pictures as well. I think 2015 is going to be great. I've already had a few people that I've been in contact with that have had their BFPs. So, again, keep your head up. Trust in God. He's going to make the final decision for you. And just don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Keep the faith for sure. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you again. I'm sorry this is so long, but I just wanted to give you the best update I can, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.